Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, good afternoon, Facebook family, and welcome to another episode of Post Daily Dose with me, your trusted parenting advisor, faithful guide, and servant on the healing journey. What's my name? Big Papa Brian+Post, coming to you from another beautiful Crescent City day. It's kind of overcast, kind of gray. Actually makes me want to sleep, but it is what it is. I'm not one of those people who the fall sets in and they're like, oh my gosh, I feel so energized because it's the fall and it's cloudy and it's overcast. I'm not that dude. When the sun goes away, I want to go to sleep. I want to go to bed. So, wanted to pop on here real quick. Been spending a little bit of this afternoon with a couple of my dear friends, Harold and Edna Crawford. So I've been a little emotional. They're probably gonna be more emotional. So, Harold and Edna have been with me for almost, I've known them for the better part of 15 years. I met them a long time ago, and they came out to Virginia they were my first healing home parents, and so they came out and they really challenged themselves to grow and to learn and to be a real source of light for really hurting kids in Virginia. And what was interesting is that the kids that we served in Virginia, many of those kids had grown up in residential, so they were all really institutionalized. So they had really hard kids to work with, and I think at one point they had 5 kids in their home. And we were right in the middle of the work, and I remember probably a year in, Harold was like, I don't know if this is for me. And I said to him, you ain't going nowhere, man. You gonna stay and you gonna do this work. And he said, you guys have to, if you ever see Harold's Facebook or his picture, he's like got the big white afro, and now he's got a big white beard. And he just said, okay. And then we went on for another 4 or 5 years. And then eventually we decided, okay, it was time to move on. So then many years go by, and I end up coming out to California, decided to do wraparound with adoptive families. And I called them. They were my first call. And I said, I need you guys to come out to Crescent City, California, and help me get this wraparound program started. And Harold had just retired, and Miss Edna was thinking about retirement, and they packed up their stuff and they drove across the country. To help support me, to support these families. And I think it's probably a rare thing in your life to meet 2 more exceptional people. They're just angels. They are just angels. And it's now been over a year, and it's time for them to go back home and be with their grandkids and their kids, and I'm just really sad to see them go, not because I'm sad that they're leaving me, just because I love them. And I hate to see them go because I love looking at them. I love seeing them. I love being able to depend on them. They're 2 people that I trust unequivocally, and I'm excited and I'm happy for them to go enjoy the rest of their lives and their retirement or whatever. And we'll continue to stay involved and stay in touch and in connection, but it won't be the same because they won't be here with me. And so, it's been a fantastic experience with these two really exceptional people. And I wish all of you had the opportunity to meet them, because they are just so unique. They are just so unique, both of them in their own way. At one point, I joked with them and said, I'm going to create a reality. I'm going to create a reality show of you two, because I would get to see them when the kids would be gone to bed, or we didn't have kids at the time, and they'd be bickering with one another, and this funny stuff they'd say, and just such loving, adorable characters, and so this is a big transition for me, and it's just like, and it's great, and tears for me don't represent anything bad. They represent goodness, because I don't mind letting it out and just kind of just being where I'm at. And this is just a transition to the next stage. It's a transition for them. It's just hard to see them go, and I know everyone that they have encountered just love and adore them, and they just truly two special people. And so I just want to kind of honor them and acknowledge everything that they've brought to this work. They've brought love into the world. They have brought love to children's lives, and Harold has dedicated his life to serving people over the last 40 years, and that's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing, and so I just want to honor it, and so I'm honoring it, and I'm sharing it with you guys. And I will miss them very much. And so that's all. I don't have a lot more to share today. I'm going to go spend a little more time with my friends, and just enjoy my time with them. And I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I hope you're not letting stress and fear create too much havoc in your lives, because it very easily does. It's the only thing that creates havoc. The only thing that creates havoc in your life is stress and fear. And the only thing you have to do when stress and fear shows up is just stop. Just stop and slow down and ask a very simple question. What would love do? When you're stressed out and you're overwhelmed, and your kid's stressed out and overwhelmed, if you'll just stop and ask yourself, what would love do right now? And just really listen. A lot of times you're going to be like, I have no idea what love would do. And that's the point. And until you sit still long enough and wait for the message of what would love do, you don't do anything. You just don't do anything. So you ask yourself, in the presence of that stress and that fear and that overwhelm, what would love do? And if you can't hear that voice, and a lot of times it's a really small voice, if you can't hear that voice, don't do anything. And I know you feel like you have to do something, but that's fear telling you that. It's fear telling you that you've got to move, that you got to control, that you got to survive, that someone's going to die. But none of that is true. Just stop and ask yourself, what would love do right now? And then do that thing when you hear that voice. And if you don't hear it, you just don't do anything that day. Keep meditating on it. Keep thinking about it. So anyway, there you have it. Remember, in any given situation, we always have two choices. We can continue to react from the same blueprints of stress, fear, and overwhelm, or we can stop, we can slow down, we can take 3 to 10 deep breaths, and we can choose love. And I hope you guys will choose love in every possible moment. And I'm going to let Miss Edna get out of here without making me fried chicken one last time. Miss Edna makes the second best fried chicken in the whole world. My Mimi, of course, makes the best fried chicken in the whole world. Miss Edna, second best. Close, but second still. So I'm going to let her get out of here without doing that. She would actually make, if I said, Miss Edna, you got to make me fried chicken, she would make me fried chicken tonight. I'm not going to do that. Never. God bless you guys. Big Papa loves you. What's today? Doing training tomorrow, 9 to 5. I'll probably catch you guys tomorrow. We'll see you. Have a good evening.